Hello and welcome to The Real Estate Beat. I'm Amy Atkins.
And I'm Mike Mina.
And today we're going to switch it up a little bit. Mike offers quite a bit of good tools for agents to be able to use to grow their business, engage more with clients. And I think today we're going to talk about some of those tools.
Yeah, I think it's really important. I think when it comes to running our business, we have to run our business like a business, as we say so often. And sometimes we have to give you guys support tools that I think are helpful. And I think today, why don't we start with List Reports? I think List Reports has been around for a little while. And Amy, why don't you tell them a little bit about what List Reports does?
What List Reports does is when an agent enters the information into the MLS and they take a listing, List Reports is going to automatically generate all kinds of marketing for them. Everything from a property website to flyers, to open house flyers, to postcards, whatever it is they want to use, they can just click on that, plus social media. So everything is ready and it's gauged and it's formatted. If they click on a social media version of that and they say, hey, I just got this new listing, I want to promote it on social media, it is branded with their information, and then they can connect to you as the lender as well if they have any questions.
So it's really important to have that. I think some of the things that it puts in there, puts in what schools you have, all the other things that you're going to need to know about a property when you go to list it. Can you go into that before you, say you go on a listing appointment and you want to go into List Reports beforehand? Can you go ahead and go in there and find out all the information and share that with the client at the listing appointment?
That's really a good question. So the actual new listing isn't going to go in until it's taken, but if you have a prior listing, or you can even go in and share someone else's listing, and you can say, this is what I'm going to do to market your property. Because it's going to generate also, which is great at open houses and also as a listing tool, where are the schools, where are the restaurants, how close is it to shopping, what's nearby. It tells you all of that about the property.
So you could feasibly pull something that was listed recently in the neighborhood, is that what you're saying? But you can't pull that one.
Right, until it's actually listed into the MLS and you've put it in the MLS, then it generates all the automatic data on it. But as an agent, you could still go in there and show another example of a property and how close it is. And there's also something called shareables. So there's some little social media shareables that they get from time to time that if they don't really want to generate social media content, it's already done for them.
Okay, so List Reports is a good one. I think that that's something that every agent should probably have in their toolbox. Another one I think that we're getting a lot of popularity to lately is HomeBot. Both of these cost us money. HomeBot costs per agent we add on. List Reports is kind of a monthly fee, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about HomeBot, what you like about it or what you think the agents are really liking about it.
I personally think it's fantastic because it's doing so much of the work for them. But what agents are liking about it is it's generating automatically them to be in contact with their client. So you want to talk about buyers or sellers first?
Well, I think that right now in this market here, we have everybody. And I think this is a database management thing. Let's start with HomeBot and talk about how it works best for agents. And I think the database management is really a key when it comes to HomeBot. So tell me about the database management, then let's float into the other two things that it does for buyers and sellers.
Yeah, sure. So the database management, you can add people as you meet them individually. But if you've already got a database and you're an agent, the good news is most people have it maybe in an Excel spreadsheet or something like that. It'll just load straight in there, so they don't have to put everybody they've already got in there at one time, each individually. They can just load it all in, and then they have their database there being managed.
Right, so that database, now they're going to get a monthly report basically on what the value of their property is or the properties that they have. It'll show what their mortgage balances are in there if they input all of that. And I would say maybe 30% of the clients put everything in there.
Yes, it's going to show appreciation, it's going to show approximate equity. So if maybe they're thinking of buying a rental property or they're thinking of maybe now's the time to sell and they actually click on that to find out more information, the agent gets an alert so she can say or he can say, hey, you know what? I think I need to follow up with them and see if they have any questions.
Right, yeah, no, that's good. So then it works equally for buyers, sellers, and then database management. So tell me a little bit about buyers. What are buyers looking for on HomeBot? They're not going to Realtor.com?
They're not going to Realtor.com, or let's just call them those other sites that capture your information and sell it to third parties. We know who they are.
Yeah.
And this is where they can actually look for properties by zip code, they can look by price, they can look by the area, and they can actually hone in on certain neighborhoods if they want to. It's going to tell them what the inventory is in that neighborhood. It's going to say what approximately the price range is, because they're going to kind of know what they can afford. So if they're a $700,000 buyer and they like a certain neighborhood, it's going to show them what's available, what's selling in that neighborhood. And as all the activity that they're doing, if they're a warmer lead and they're really active on HomeBot, really looking, the agent's going to get a weekly report as to what's going on.
Yeah. So, and again, this is something that I don't want to say is proprietary, but I think only 3 lenders in Santa Clarita have that. Is that correct?
On HomeBot?
HomeBot?
I'm not sure how many lenders in Santa Clarita actually have it. The ones that are using it love it. And in addition, with videos being so important and agents being, there's a million of them, and on some of those other sites, all you see is a photo. On HomeBot, they have the ability to actually put videos in there. So they can record themselves and make themselves a little bit more familiar to potential clients.
So, and then they see also the activity that a buyer or seller is doing.
Correct.
So if I'm looking to sell my property and I'm going in and I'm asking questions, I think I had a couple this morning. One guy's like, how do I get rid of my PMI?
Yeah.
Looking for a house, looking all weekend, that kind of thing. One other guy was. So we're reaching out to them today. So obviously this is a tag team thing with your clients, my clients, that kind of thing. If it's in my system as a loan, I will get alerted. If it's in your system as real estate, you would get alerted. If it's in our system, we would both get alerted. That would be kind of how that would work.
Which is great, because when people get busy, they always have the best of intentions with following up with their clients and everything. But this kind of does that for them. Or it says, hey, you know what? Top of mind, this person's thinking of you. They're looking at real estate, or they're thinking of maybe taking their equity and doing something. Mike needs to know. And so it's good at just managing the activity too.
Yeah. Again, I think that there is a cost over like 25 or 30 people to an agent. I know it costs us for anybody we add on there, but it's okay. We're doing that for people who are sending us business only, and same thing with list reports. But I think those are important tools that people can use to really help their business. And I think right now, we don't know how long people are going to stay in their house, or if they're going to sit there for a week, a month, a year, or 2 years, or 10. But now you'll have a little bit better idea. It's kind of like AI. But
it is, yeah, very much
Allen
so.
Iverson was a great basketball player, right?
It is actually, it's very much AI, and that's the future in this business.
Yeah, so that's it. Anything else we want to talk about?
Well, just, if any of these things are something you want to incorporate in your business, which are great, I don't know why you wouldn't, and you're happy to pair with them for people that are, our partners here with, our business. So, we want to just do everything we can to give them some tools to excel their business, especially in 2023. It's great.
I guess that's what we want to do. We want to help you. You want to help us. Hey, it's a mutually beneficial relationship. I like those things. So
if you want any more information on this, they can call us. They can be happy to give them
Give us a shout. Shoot us an email. You can even go straight to HomeBot and say, I want Mike Mina, and we'll go ahead and hook you up.
That is true. Yeah. And it sends you an invite, and then we look at it and say,
yeah, your name.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Anyway.
Let us know what you need.
We're here to help.
Real Estate Beat.
Amy Atkins, Mike Mina.
Bye.
See you next time.